Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Coming Distractions brought to you by the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
All right, guys, we're back. This episode is on lockdown. This is a 2021 film on HBO Max starring Chiwetel Ejiofor and Anne Hathaway. It is about a couple in London during the COVID-19 lockdown who are going through a very rough patch, and they are about to break up, but they can't break up because they're stuck in the house together. And then they sort of hatch a plot to steal a diamond from her company, basically. So again, HBO Max, terrible about letting people know movies are out, unless you already have like cable television. So I saw this and I was like, all right, cool. This looks good. I like both of the actors. You know, it's got a good director, Doug Liman. It's written by Stephen Knight. So I checked it out. I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was quite good. I will just say this. It is broadcast or is marketed as a heist movie. It is not a heist movie. So if you're looking for an Ocean's 11 type movie, it's not. The heist is a very small part of it. It's more about their relationship during the film. I will say that the cast is pretty interesting. The other members of the cast, Stephen Merchant, Mindy Kaling, Ben Stiller, and Ben Kingsley, to name a few. What did you think of this movie?
This film is just okay. I was entertained by it, but I saw the trailer expecting one thing, got another. Which that's fine, I guess. But the biggest problem with this movie is that it's unfocused. It's just kind of meandering. The actual plot of the film does not kick in until 80 minutes into the movie, and the movie's only like 2 hours.
Really? You thought so? What did you see as the main plot?
The main plot.
No spoilers.
Is the plot? What is going on in that 80 minutes? It's all set up. It's all world building. Fine. 30 minutes for that. Right?
Yeah.
Unless this is just going to be a movie about two people just living their life.
I think it's much more, and that's why I kind of gave the warning. Like, if you're going in looking like, oh, is this going to be a Danny Ocean movie? It is not at all. Also, the heist is like, there's not a heist.
The heist is 20 minutes, and it's not, and it's not even that has its issues. It has serious issues.
It's not even a smash and grab. It's not even a smash and grab.
It's the scripting in this movie.
Right.
Like all of the actors in this movie are good actors, good to great actors.
Yeah.
The two leads, Anne Hathaway and Chiwetel Ejiofor, are great actors.
I agree with that.
And they are the reason why I stuck around, right?
Yeah.
But it's the scripting, right? Okay, you know that this is a heist movie, right? Chiwetel Ejiofor's character got in trouble with the law, and I won't tell you what it is, but one would think that it would make sense that if this was a heist movie, that the trouble that he had would involve some sort of grand theft or something, right?
Right.
And it doesn't. He's in trouble for something that's just kind of, no, it doesn't. In this movie, it doesn't work with what the plot is, right? Like if you just knocked off that heist crap, and this was just a movie about two people having to be in a living situation that they don't want to be in, and it's just awkward,
right?
And how that manifests. Okay, I'll let it slide a little bit.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Is it the disappointment that it is not a heist movie? Is that what bummed you out about it?
That's part of it.
Yeah, because you and I are both like big fans of heist movies. So that's like, I texted you. I was like, dude, have you seen this? I was like, I'm totally gonna watch this. And I was like, oh, this is not a heist movie at all.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know. I don't necessarily. They use the COVID-19 thing like it's a point in the movie.
It's a huge point of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but is it though?
Yeah, I mean, so you're saying that what you're seeing as the plot, and I'll give. I try not to give too much leeway to like marketing, because marketing is there to
fine.
It's all lies.
It's the reason you go watch a movie.
Right. No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes the marketing isn't on point, and it probably just probably wouldn't have, as many people have seen it to be like, oh, it's this other thing, right? Or maybe that's on purpose. I don't know. But marketing is basically just fancy lying anyway. But for me, I felt like the plot was, you had these two people who didn't because they're not married. They've just been together for like 10 years or something like that. They didn't really know what they actually wanted in their relationship. And it took them being kind of trapped with each other and not having an ability to leave to actually figure out what they really wanted. Right. I mean, there's some pretty like powerful lines, or I wouldn't say powerful, but like kind of giveaway lines. To the narrative of the idea of, you asked me to like basically stop all my like crazy fun antics and become this serious person, and I did, and then you hated me for it, right? And it's this idea of, do people want to really quote unquote mature, or do they just do it because they think that's the right thing they're supposed to do as they get to a certain stage in life? So that's kind of how I saw it, and it was just sort of this sort of existential issue especially with Anne Hathaway's character, of what she really wanted to be. She thought she wanted to be one thing, but in reality she didn't. And that slowly kind of becomes realized by her throughout the movie. That's how I saw it. And then it was like, then this really weird tacked on 20 minutes of a heist, which was only an excuse to sort of get to the end. But yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was. I think those, like you said, I think they're both great actors. But again, I cannot stress enough, do not go to see this movie based on it being a heist movie. If you want to see like a relationship film, then I think that's a better way to look at it.
I mean, the movie's all over the place, man. At one point, one character has an affair with with another person's wife, and Chiwetel Ejiofor's character he can't find a job because he was arrested, but right. Ben Kingsley gives him a job, and he hates and this other guy hates him, and he antagonizes him.
Did you notice who that other guy was?
No.
The guy who was antagonizing him, that's PC Pulley from fucking Small Axe from Mangrove.
Oh, well, that's why I didn't like his ass.
Yeah, he's got an evil face.
Yeah, he does. He's got an evil, ugly face. But he's tempting him to try and go back to his criminal ways.
Yeah,
but his criminal ways didn't involve the thing that he's kind of tempting him to do.
Right. That part didn't really make sense.
Of course it doesn't, because the movie is just kind of all over the place, right? If you're going to use COVID-19, if you're going to make it a point to like put a mask on, like do it. Don't go in. Don't do half of, well, maybe not.
Yeah.
And look, here's the thing. In the moment, this movie is entertaining in spite of itself. This movie is entertaining on the fact that the chemistry between Chiwetel Ejiofor and Anne Hathaway is incredible. I would watch a movie of an adult film with those two, right?
They did have really good chemistry. They did. It was impressive. Yeah.
They really did.
Yeah, they felt like a real couple. It was actually kind of dope.
But when they are not together, the movie drops a few points for me.
Okay, I will give you that. My thing is, what I liked about like the COVID-19 sort of that as the backdrop, what I actually dug about it is, and I guess maybe it's a sort of a personal thing for me, like this idea of mentally challenging where you are in your career, and what you want to do? Is that where you want to stick the rest of your life? Like, that's a really common thing. That's why people are just like, fuck these jobs. Like, because they're home and they're just inside their head all the time. And they're sort of second guessing their lives, and the meaning of their lives. And I guess for me, I've been doing that. So like Anne Hathaway's situation felt very, very, relatable. Like it just did for me. And maybe that's why I have I guess maybe more of an affinity for this than you do.
Yeah. And look, the heist, I mean, there is a heist in the last 20 minutes.
Is it?
It's a mess. It's a mess, dude.
Is it?
It's a mess.
It's not a good heist.
No, it's not. And not even just from like the tropes of the things that we're used to seeing in heist films. Like logistically and just the very end, when they're in the place where they want to do what they want to do. And look,
no,
I mean,
no.
Come on,
I mean, I chuckled. I was like, "This is you're the worst criminals ever." Like, and maybe that's part of it. Like, they're not really criminals, right? Like, they're just they're like just two idiots, like for the most part, trying to do this. I was like, just move over slightly.
The situations that I'm talking about is when there are three people in that one scene.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't, dude.
Right.
With everything that's happened prior to that, right?
No, it didn't.
And it just doesn't make sense.
But again, like, I agree with you. It doesn't make sense. But again, that plays on the aspect of questioning everything and pushing against the system because you've been in your head for so long during the quarantine. That's why that character did what they did. And it's like, in normal times, nobody would fucking do that. I'd be like, dime you out. Like,
even right now, even in these weird times, I find it hard to believe that character would do what he did.
See, Micah is a snitch by trade.
Yeah, nigga.
Of course. Of course. I'm telling on everybody.
But the movie is good in spite of itself.
Okay.
Anne Hathaway's performance and Chiwetel Ejiofor's performance carry this movie. So I don't know if I would recommend it to people, but if you do watch it, just know that you're going in for a relationship drama.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And you probably will get enjoyment out of it. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world. Right?
I don't even think I personally don't think it's a bad movie at all.
No, it's not bad.
It's a bad heist movie.
it's getting shat upon.
Really?
By reviews. Yes. You look up some reviews. It is not as bad as a lot of these reviews are making it out to be.
Are they all mad because it's not a heist movie? Because that's a fair point.
Well, the couple that I've read are a little like, I see 1-star reviews. This is not a 1-star.
No, come on.
It's not.
It's got a 45% on Rotten Tomatoes. That feels incredibly low to me.
That feels kind of in the right place for me.
You guys are
around
wild.
45, 50. It's fine. It's a toss up. It's a coin flip if you like this movie.
I hate all of you. You're all the worst. All right. There you go. Oh, I want to watch White Tiger. I need to see that. All right. That's it for us for Locked Down. That's on HBO Max if you'd like to check it out. And we'll see you guys next time.
See you.
Bye.
You're watching the Nerdpocalypse YouTube channel. Make sure you click that button to subscribe and check out our weekly podcast where we talk about movie, TV, news, tech, and weird stories from around the internet.